So welcome again to this webinar. Every year from September 1st to October 4th, the season of creation is celebrated as an ecumenical celebration for the care of our Mother Earth. And this campaign aims to sensitize the world and the whole society and the people of God about the importance of caring and protecting the common home that God created for us to live in. And the objective of this webinar is very specific. It is to promote a campaign of adhesion to the Laudato Si Action Platform, as the general chapter asks us to do. I read number 30.1 of the chapter acts. We commit ourselves to join the Laudato Si initiative platform promoted by the Holy See's Dicastery for promoting integral human development, Laudato Si Action Platform, at various levels, community, circumscription, and institute. The indication of the general chapter is clear and very concrete. However, few communities have joined to the Laudato Si platform. For this reason, the General Secretariat of Mission has thought in carrying out this campaign of adhesion to the Laudato Si platform. In this webinar, you will learn how to join the platform step by step. But at the same time, we will know other initiatives or activities Laudato Si, which 2 provinces and 2 communities are carrying out. This to encourage all of us to implement our general chapter in this very specific point of the integral ecology. Our program is as follows. We have started with the greetings and with the prayer. After this, we will have 2 experiences of 2 provinces. The first one will be the Laudato Si Comboni Center in Kampala that will be presented by Father John Onoba. And after that presentation, we will know about the experience of the Italian province, the Laudato Si Oasis in Florence. After these 2 experiences, we will have a brief time of silence to write into the chat our questions, our comments, and then a few minutes of dialogue. After that, Alberto Parise will explain us how to join into the platform Laudato Si. In this way, we will know how to do it, and we will be able to join it. After the presentation of Parise, then we will do like the first 2 presentations, a brief moment of silence to write questions and comments in the chat, and then a small time of dialogue. And we will conclude our webinar with some closing comments and hoping with enthusiasm to join the platform. But even after this webinar, if some communities or persons still have doubts, we in the Secretariat are always ready to help you and to assist you to join into the platform Laudato Si. So this is our program that we will follow. Now, Father John Kennedy Onoba will present us the Laudato Si Comboni Center of Kampala, Uganda, the province of Uganda that was born as a response to the general chapter the inspiration of the Laudato Si encyclical letter that Pope Francis. So we leave the word to Father John.
Thank you very much. And I'm very glad to be part of the webinar. I am also joined in this webinar by some members of the Laudato Si Center, Comboni, Uganda, who have accepted to secured some time to be part of this. I've confirmed they have been welcomed into the group already. So I'm going to share my screen so that you can follow the presentation. The Laudato Si Center, Comboni, Uganda, was established by the Comboni, Uganda in 2023. That was in January. And it was actually launched eventually on the 1st of May in 2023. Of course, the inspiration is the encyclical letter of Pope Francis, and also the general chapter, the 19th general chapter, which call all people to discover integral ecology as an essential part of our mission, and also to take action to respond to the cry of the earth and the cry of the poor. This forum, this Laudato Si provides a forum to integrate evangelization, that is announcing the gospel with the social apostolate, human promotion, social transformation, and environmental protection, with the aim of contributing to providing an innovative solution to the ecological challenges that we experience in Uganda and across the world. The center is based in Kampala, at Our Lady of Africa Parish, Buya, where corporate functions, including executive management and coordination tasks, are performed. The center is responsible for initiating and implementing and coordinating environmental activities throughout the country, through the networks we have in the parishes and also in the dioceses. Management, the Laudato Si Center, Comboni, Uganda, is managed by a board of governors that is composed of 11 members who meet 3 times in a year to discuss, monitor, and also to evaluate the organization's progress and needs. The executive director, who is myself, along with the 5-member executive team, we normally implement the organization decisions that the board has decided, and also the projects and the daily activities of the organization. And so we have a board of governors, which is composed of 11 members. We have also an executive team that runs the daily activities of the organization. Now, the motivation for establishing Laudato Si Center, Comboni, Uganda, first of all, of course, the document of Pope Francis, the Laudato Si document, and also the invitation of the general chapter, 19th general chapter. Those were the first document that motivated us to start this organization. And also our own context here in Uganda. Environmental degradation and climate change pose a great threat to sustainable livelihoods and development in Uganda and across the globe. For us in Uganda, the country is witnessing a rapid decline in its natural resources. I've outlined some major environmental challenges that we experience or we face here in Uganda. One of them is deforestation due to massive cutting of trees for charcoal and firewood. You can see from the pictures the trucks that are transporting firewood. These are mainly from the northern part of Uganda, from Acholi sub-region and from other parts of the northern part of the country. Then deforestation is one of the major problems that we face. But of course, the trees are not only cut for charcoal, but also for agricultural expansion, for construction, and for many other purposes. Another challenge that we face a lot here in Uganda is the impact of climate change, especially on the poor. There is these days unpredictable weather patterns, flooding. Now this month of September up to December, the country is already predicting a lot of flooding in different parts of the country. We have landslides also in different places, and these are affecting a lot of our people. In Uganda, especially in urban centers, we have encroachment of wetlands for human settlement and also for industrial expansion. Most factories in Kampala are established in wetlands, and this has caused a lot of flooding within the city and also the urban centers. Of course, we have a problem of pollution, especially plastic. The photo below, the two photos below, you see how people have encroached the wetlands. And now in Kampala, they have begun to demolish these structures, and they have left again more problem because a lot of these people who have established their settlements in wetlands, they have been sent away. Their structures have been demolished to create space for the wetland, but this has left a lot of people landless. We have problem of plastic pollution in Lake Victoria. This is real photos. There are many others that are every inlet to Lake Victoria is clogged with plastic. We have, of course, the problem of soil degradation due to massive use of agrochemicals to boost production. We have the problem of poor solid waste management. Those of you who are following the news in Uganda may have seen how the Kampala city is choking because of, garbage. People throw garbage anywhere, everywhere, in the water, in the drainage channels, as you can see in the photos. These are the suburbs of Kampala. So besides the letter, a cyclical letter of Pope Francis, and also the invitation by the General Chapter, these are some of the factors that have motivated us to start Laudato Si Center Comboni Uganda as a way of a center that can be used to sensitize the community about environmental degradation and the challenges we are facing in Uganda. So in May 2023, first of all, in January, the Provincial Superior, Father Chibira Anthony, contacted the brothers, that by then the late Brother Cosmas and Brother Michael Abaga, to see how they can put together their resources to start this center. And surely Brother Cosmas was very much involved, and Brother Michael at the very beginning, they put up their minds together and they started the initiative. And in May 2023, it was officially launched at Our Lady of Africa Parish in a lively ceremony conducted in a mass, but also a lot of people were involved. So the Provincial Superior was the main celebrant, but many other people participated. So in August 2023, we decided to register the organization with the Uganda Registration Services Bureau as a company limited by guarantee so that it can run independently while it's supervised by the Comboni missionaries in Uganda. And in 2023, October, we formed a board of governors, and the board meets at least 3 to 4 times in a year to give guidance to the executive team and to the organization as such. And in April this year, we develop our first strategic plan. That is a roadmap that will guide the priorities and activities of the Laudato Si. So what do we do? First of all, the main objectives of the organization is to promote cleaner environment, to support nature conservation, and also to mitigate the effects of climate change on vulnerable populations through trainings, community sensitization, and hands-on activities. The activities that we do since the inception of Laudato Si Center Comboni Uganda, the first one has been to conduct environmental education and the sensitization in schools and in communities. We have conducted a series of workshops. We do radio talk shows We used to have it only once in a month, but Radio Maria Uganda has given us another opportunity so that we shall be having it at the beginning of the month and also at the end of the month. That is twice in a month. We do organize town hall meetings and symposiums. The first symposium was organized last year, and we are organizing also one symposium in October this year. We use the season of creation to sensitize Christians in our parish about environmental challenges in our communities, and also we call people to take actions to protect the creation. Yesterday, being the 1st of September and the launching of the season of creation, we did awareness in the church in Mbuya Parish and all the sub-parishes of Mbuya. Our Laudato Si executive team and members of the board were very much involved in this sensitization about the season of creation to help people understand what it is and the theme for this year. Next Sunday, we shall also go to another parish, and we intend to do every Sunday until the end of the month of September, so that people are informed about the season of creation, its theme, and its invitation to the entire church. Other activities that we do under environmental education, we recruit, we train, and engage new members into the Laudato Si activities, and also community champions or community ambassadors. Just last Saturday, we engaged the youth of Mbuya Parish. We had a very good attendance of over 90 youth who participated in the training. We also talked to them about the season of creation, and we intend to engage them as frequently as possible. We are also engaging and training community leaders. These are political leaders at the local level, to sensitize them about the need to conserve the environment, but also, especially in Kampala, whenever we engage the political leaders about their involvement to talk to people about waste management, because I think the greatest problem Kampala is facing in as far as environment is concerned is waste management, very poor. So this is the workshop. The first photo on the left is the workshop we had with the youth. Then the other one is the symposium that we had last year. Now we are beginning to engage the leaders again about the symposium for this year. Another activity that we do is the climate change mitigation. So we are organizing and conducting activities to restore damaged ecosystems and protect the existing one through tree planting and the distribution of seedlings to individuals and communities. Since we started the Laudato Si Center Comboni, Uganda, we have made partnership with two organizations. One is called Tree Talk Plus. For them, they provide us with seedlings free of charge. They produce seedlings and fruit seedlings and also ordinary trees, especially indigenous trees, and they have accepted to give us these seedlings free of charge whenever we need. So whenever people come to our office asking for seedlings, we also run to them and they give it up to us free of charge. Then we have also partnered with the National Forestry Authority. And the main thing they do also for us is to provide seedlings that we have told them that people do come to Laudato Si office asking for seedlings of trees to plant. So they have accepted to be giving us whenever we approach them. So since we started in May last year, so far we have distributed 3,600 seedlings. And some of them we have planted in the schools. Some of them we have distributed to people to plant. We also launched a campaign during the Uganda Matters celebration this year with the Nebi Catholic Diocese to plant 1 million trees across the country. And Nebi Catholic Diocese responded very well. So as the pilgrims were moving all the way from Nebi in the north to Namugongo in Uganda, in Kampala, all the stations that they were sleeping at, we distributed for them seedlings so that they can plant. First of all, to appreciate the people that are giving them the accommodation and food, but also to offset the carbon emission, because people travel from different parts of the country to celebrate Uganda Matters Day, and there's a lot of carbon emitted during this celebration using the firewood they use for cooking, the means of transport they use to come. And so we launched this campaign so that people plant trees to restore the damaged ecosystem that they would have, the celebration is able to do. And other hands-on activities that we do is engaging the communities and the youth and also the other community members to do cleanup. We do community cleanup, but also in Namugongo itself, we stayed for 3 days conducting cleanup of all the garbages that has been created during the celebration. We also have spiritual activities. We organize and animate prayer services during the month of the season of creation. Like now we have organized novena to St. Francis, and on the beginning from the 25th to the 3rd of October. And during these days, we shall be having novena. We also organized Laudato Si Way of the Cross during the season of Lent. And we use the prayers that has been created, that has been put to animate the people to show how the Mother Earth is groaning and is crying. And during this Way of the Cross, a lot of people participate. So this is how we're engaging the communities, the church community here in Mbuya and also in other parishes. These are the pictures of the trees from Tree Talk Plus being distributed to the people who have asked us. In yellow is Brother Abaga Michael, who was at the very beginning to initiate the Laudato Si, and the other one is one of our collaborators in the executive team of Laudato Si Center, Comboni, Uganda.
John, can you accelerate a bit, because we have still 2 other presentations?
Yeah, this is the last slide. Our dreams and is to expand our activities to other dioceses and to reach out to the youth and children in the parishes. We also dream and hope to establish Laudato Si green clubs in schools and to reach out more communities in the rural dioceses in Uganda. Of course, our focus is on climate change. We also hope to engage the communities in the smart agriculture, food security, renewable energy, and the green cooking solutions. We hope to engage the youth in innovations using the 3 R's: reuse, reduce, and repurpose or recycle. Challenges we still have is inadequate resources, both human and financial. Our team is composed of volunteers, and they are still working well with them, but we hope to recruit full-time members who can commit their time fully for that purpose. We lack the capacity and the knowledge of environment. We are always seeking for people to train us so that we know more about environment and the challenges. The advantages we have is that we are fully registered organization. We are fully established administrative and management structures. We have self-motivated and passionate collaborators, and we have a space at Our Lady of Africa here in Mbuya Parish. So this is the end of our presentation. We can give you a snapshot of the Laudato Si Center, Comboni, Uganda. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Father John. We really see that it's a project that is just born, but with a lot of strength, initiative, and creativity. And we hope that this Laudato Si Center of the Comboni in Uganda will be an example, no, for other provinces, but especially that will contribute in Uganda to as you say, to train people sensitized in this problem, especially listening to the cry of the Mother Earth, but also to the poor who suffer the consequence of the climate change.
Yes.
Now we go from Uganda, Africa to Europe. Father John, even John, but this one is Hammond, will present us the Oasis Laudato Si, an initiative of the Comboni missionaries of Florence and the Italian province. Father John, welcome.
Thank you. Can you see my page?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
Yes.
it's there.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you. So, Laudato Si Oasis of Firenze was actually inaugurated on the 7th April 2024. So we are young of only in 6 months, let's say. Was born out of several meetings that we had, not only as Comboni missionaries, but spearheaded by Father Zoli, that called other movements that were already on the territory, especially Laudato Si movement that are in various parishes. So was launched meetings of studies of the two encyclicals that are Laudato Si and then Laudato Deum. And at the end of those meetings that we had, that were conferences in which we called on experts also from journalists to climate change activists to theologians. They have enlightened us. When I'm saying us, I'm not talking only about Comboni missionaries. I'm talking of a whole movement of people. So when you see on this second slide, these are some of the pictures of the inauguration day. We had a mass that is that we use the liturgy for nature for it, and you can see the diversity and the difference, also the generational differences that are there. You can have the very young one, you have elderly ones, and you have the middle-aged people, lay people, and you have religious. All board, we call on all board to join at this celebration. So, like I said before, it's not a project that is born out of Comboni missionaries' zeal only, no, like in Uganda. Here, we are talking of a synergy of various movements that are already on the territory, that are inspired also by the two encyclicals. So the Laudato Si Oasis in Firenze is conceived as a free space, a platform, both spiritual and active, actually. And we define it as a hub. Like, we are not the sole responsible of it, but we conceive it as a hub, like a reading space that is irradiating actually light and rays from here to other points. Why? Because this is such a huge enterprise that we don't believe that Comboni missionary alone can take this alone. So as we aggregate other movement and association, we as a Comboni missionary, as a community, and as a living space, we just give the opportunity for activities and any other creativity that can help our society in order to face the climate change challenges, not only in that, but also and more beyond the climate change, get into the conversion, the ecological conversion of our own society. That is the main goal. So the blue one is about the genesis, how it's born. Then we have the orange, where we have, I'm talking about how we use our community, our living space, because we have a nice garden. And then also the platform, the role our community as Comboni missionary, we are playing in aggregating other association and group in order to contribute in the reflection on climate change and conversion, ecological conversion. Then here in the green arrow, you have all the associations that are the leaders, those who have initiated the Oasis. Okay, we go ahead. The picture is just still our garden. It's not out of our garden. It's community of Florence. We have such a nice environment. So the mission and the goal, like I said before, the Oasis Laudato Si is conceived to welcome every individual, every group, every activity, every initiative that can help our journey as a whole, as a society, towards ecological conversion. That is our mission. Okay, in such, we acknowledge that it's such a huge enterprise. So we believe that every little that we can do count. Actually, we have chosen the tortoise like the symbol of the Oasis. Why? Because it goes slowly, and every little step that we are making count. So it's true. The climate change, the challenges that we have ahead of us is more than us, but everybody can do every little thing that he can do to help us going towards a conversion. So I'm taking you now to the manifesto. After the inauguration, on the inauguration days, we had group works in which we asked those who were participating in the celebration to reflect on what can we do for conversion, ecological conversion, I mean. So we came out at the end with this manifesto that we think can help us in this journey. They are made of 5 points. Allowed me to read it so that it may be clear for all of us. The first point is integral ecology, listening to the cry of the earth and the cry of the poor. The Oasis promote a program of environmental and social training and activities. That is the ecological integral ecology. Then the second point in our manifesto is lifestyle. We want to promoting good practice aimed at reducing food and energy waste consumption, create conscience that people may know what they are consuming, they have to take care of it, supporting the local economy, solidarity in purchasing groups, And then what is coming out now very seriously in Europe is to create new community of energy. What is even the chair and the Bishop Conference of Italy is pushing for. We should create community of energy, all in the spirit of changing our lifestyle. The third point is rethinking the city, because like John was saying, it's not only in Kampala that is suffering of wage management and other environmental hazard that we are facing. So rethinking the city. So our center Laudato Si Oasis is promoting interaction between group and association, not only group that are religious group or who are linked to the church. Now, we are in the District 2 of Florence. So we reach to the governing power of our district in order to push all the associations that are there that have that sensibility to nature and to climate change, to put us to advocate more or less in a way the city and the mayor and all his assembly are managing new initiative in the town as far as green spaces are concerned, as far as creating spaces for children, parks for young people to know where they can breathe, and then promote also at the same moment conviviality among people. We are talking about cry of the poor and the cry of earth, so we cannot leave human being out of this. And then the fourth point is the future generation. We don't want to keep this. When we organize meetings in Italy, I'm talking about Florence, the tendency is to have in your meetings only elderly people who are of a certain age. But the Center Laudato Si is pushing so that we may bridge that gap of generational differences. So we have come to know, and if you watch in the first slide, the slide of the day of the inauguration, we have the Ajiks. These are the scouts, the young, Boy Scouts. And these are the young people. And then we are trying all possible to bring them aboard. So the future generation, we are trying to bring out also young people to take on this fight together. And then we are engaging immediately with them all the social platform that can help us to communicate, because in this moment, to get the young people aboard, you have to be on social media. And these young people are going to help us in order to be on all the platforms that the young people are using in order to take this message to them. So the last point of our manifesto is ecological spirituality. So we don't want to become like activists, any other activists among activists of climate change and what we can do to save Mother Earth. But our action beyond the activism is based on spirituality, because we are taking this as Christian and as Catholics. It's true, we are not collaborating only with Christian and Catholic, but we want a background, a biblical background for it, first of all, and then also background from already it's come from the Laudato Si and then the Laudato Deo. So we want to push for this spiritual conscience of it. So retreats are organized, days of reflections are organized, and prayer days are organized. Actually, for this, you can see I'm going to the next slide, which is the significant event that we had in the past. I recall that we have only 5 months behind us. So this is the first one that was the rosary and the rosary prayer for a missionary rosary for ecological conversion that we held in the month of May, and it has been very rich. We actually call on parishes around, movement around, and then praying to Mother Mary for ecological conversion. I'm taking too much time. Otherwise, I could have gone on every activity that we had in that month. In June, we took advantage of the solemnity of the Sacred Heart. The new elected bishop, Gerardo, were among us in the celebration, and in that we had also a time to have a brainstorming around activities that we can do in order to take this initiative ahead. So in the green, you have just the main idea. We want to listen to the cry of Mother Earth and to the cry of the poor people. Why? I want to highlight something here. Not all the solutions that are coming from entities that are big, you name them, I don't know, the UN, all of them, the COP 2024 that they held in Dubai. It is true, all of us, we are fighting to save Mother Earth, but we have to be careful in the discernment, not to let solutions that are coming to even harm much more still the poorest. So that have been actually in the reflection that came out, that we have to be sure that we are looking for the right solutions, and the solutions that are coming are not harming the poor one, because they are already suffering of climate change. But you may come out with solutions that are only in the advantage of, I don't know, multimedia enterprise and many other things. You know what I'm talking about. So we want to avoid that, and that needs more reflection and more meditation on whatever solution people are putting out there. And to finish this, my last slide, we have 2 major initiatives that are coming up in this September, being the month of creation. And we are having a meeting for planning, and that is going to be also a day of meditation, a kind of a retreat, and then to plan well the pastoral year that are ahead of us. And on the 4th of October, we are going to launch whatever new idea is coming up, and then we will plant a new olive tree to cement and to give a new beginning to this initiative. Like I said, we are only 5 months old, so we cannot pretend that we have done major things. I'll stop here, and then we continue in order. I am open for questions, and then in order to bring more light on whatever is not clear. Thank you.
Thank you, Father John. We are happy also to see this initiative of the community of Florence, and that underlines a point that Pope Francis insists always, no, that we shouldn't work alone, that we should work in synodality and in association with our other movements from the church, and even movements that are not from the church. So it is another initiative and way of doing, no? And I think in this work of integral ecology, for all of us, no, we should go little by little and one step by one step. So we thank you for this initiative. We thank you even the province of Uganda for their own initiative, so that we can now enter to our next topic, which will be presented by Alberto Parise, which will teach us how to enter or to join the Laudato Si Action Platform. Alberto?
Thank you, Fernando. So it's a pleasure to present and launch this campaign. As you have already said, it is the objective is to implement Chapter Acts number 30.1, joining the Laudato Si Action Platform at all levels. And what better than the season of creation to do that? As we see, the theme of this year's season of creation is to hope and act with creation. And this title invites us to consider three crucial aspects, namely, making common cause with creation, as we recognize that all is interconnected, centered in Christ, in heaven and on earth. We are called to assume the same sentiments of Christ towards the poor and all suffering creatures in the cosmos. Then infusing hope into the world. In front of such suffering, we are called to proclaim the good news of God's kingdom that is at hand. And thirdly, acting responsibly. Moved by the invitations of the Holy Spirit, we are called to respond to the cry of the earth and the cry of the poor. Now, these three aspects connect very well with Chapter Acts 2022. That is why the General Secretariat of Mission is launching a campaign to appeal to all Comboni communities in the world to implement Chapter Acts 30.1. The 19th General Chapter has indeed adopted integral ecology as a fundamental axis of our mission, connecting the pastoral, liturgical, formative, social, economic, political, and environmental dimensions. That is number 30. And then number 30.1 states the commitment to join the Laudato Si Action Platform promoted by the Holy See's Dicastery for promoting integral human development at various levels. It means at community level, circumscription level, and institute level. So what is this Laudato Si Action Platform all about? It is a shared space where the church, the whole church, develops a bold and active response to the ecological crisis, so urgently illustrated by Pope Francis' encyclical Laudato Si. It is a call to a conversion to integral ecology, which is defined by the 7 Laudato Si goals. And these are the ones, you see them written there. The Laudato Si goal number 1 is the response to the cry of the earth, then the response to the cry of the poor, ecological economics, adoption of sustainable lifestyles, ecological education, ecological spirituality, and community resilience and empowerment. Actually, if you read the chapter Acts, you will see that they gave several other guidelines and commitments which are in accordance with these 7 Laudato Si goals. That means that the commitment to join the Laudato Si Action Platform is an integrated, organic one, not just an isolated point among many others. Joining the Laudato Si Action Platform thus becomes a strategic initiative for implementing the substance of the Chapter Acts of 2022. More details about this connection between Laudato Si goals and Chapter Acts can be seen on the Secretariat's website, that is combonimission.net, where there is an article presenting a reflection on the Institute's commitment to integral ecology. So the campaign to join the Laudato Si Action Platform comprises it entails 3 simple steps. The first step is to enroll in the platform. The second step is to upload a reflection on integral ecology. And the third one is to upload your action plan. Basically, that is what the platform requires, that every year participants upload a reflection and a renewed action plan. So let's see these 3 points in detail. So enrolling in the Laudato Si Action Platform. If you go to the website of the platform, which is Laudato Si Action Platform.org, you will see this, you see on the left of the slide, that is a screenshot of the platform. And as you see, you have here at the top a orange button with written enroll. Then the second one, once you have enrolled, there is the login button so that you can enter your account. And then here you have the languages. The platform is in 9 languages. You have English, Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, German, Polish, Kiswahili, and Tagalog. So you can choose the language that you prefer. So when you click on the enroll button, you will see a dialog box, a dialog window like this one with, you see this rectangular one with the gray background. Now, the first thing that they ask of you is, I am making a commitment on behalf of A. If you click on these dots, you will have various options because you know the Laudato Si Action Platform is organized in 7 sectors. So among those sectors, you will select religious local communities. That is the selection you have to make in order to enroll as a community. Then here they are asking for the details of the contact person. This can be a community member. So there is title, that is brother or father, first name and last name. Then the third entry is about organization name. Since you will be enrolling as a local community, we recommend that the name of the organization be written in this way, MCCJ dash, and then the name of your community as it appears in the annuario. And this will be very helpful for us to bring together eventually all the data about the institute. If we need, you know, to know what is the extent of our participation in the platform. Then they ask you to declare what is your country. So you see a few dots, you click there, there is a menu that appears, a drop-down menu, and you select your country. And then they ask you what is the currency that is used, you know, in your country. So also there you can select, you know, the currency you are using. And then this is very important, they ask for an email address for your account. Now, here it is very important that you open a new dedicated account for this project. And it is an account in the name of the community. Please do not use personal accounts because people move, but the community remains. So please open a new Gmail account in the name of the community and give that email address as the contact for your community. Then they ask you for the phone number. You can put the landline if you have it, for example, of the community. Once again, please do not give personal phone numbers. And then you have to set your password for your account in the platform. So you put your password. So it's as simple as that. Once you have done this, you can enroll. Then they will send you an email for verification. You will confirm. It's very simple. That is the first step. Second step, you need to upload a reflection on integral ecology. You will find such a reflection in our website. The website, and you see here a screenshot of the page. And this reflection is already available in English, Spanish, and Italian. You can translate it in other languages, the language that you are using, for example. And, you know, this is to facilitate your work. This reflection basically presents the connection between our chapter acts and the 7 Laudato Si goals. That is very helpful. At the end of this reflection, you may add a paragraph or two focusing on your particular situation as a community. That's very simple. But you see, it will not take long for you to elaborate and upload your reflection on integral ecology. Then, the third step, you have to upload your action plan. Again, in our website, we wrote an article to guide you on how to do this in a very simple way. For example, you could use a format like the one you see here, this table here. You write the name of the community, the province, the date of your plan. Then in the first column, you can mention what Laudato Si objective you are addressing. For example, you can write LSG1 if you know you are now addressing the trying to respond to the cry of the earth. Then in the second column, you write what action you are planning, who within the community takes responsibility to coordinate the community in implementing that action, the deadline for your action, any resources you need for that action, and what results you expect out of that action. It can be as simple as that. And as you see, I am pretty sure that your community is already doing many things that are connecting to the Laudato Si goals. So you can, for example, connect what you are already doing with the Laudato Si goals, but you may also choose to add one or two new actions to improve your commitment. It's up to you. And, you know, it is about discernment to know what is really feasible and possible for your community within 1 year time. At the end of the year, your reflection, for the second year can be an evaluation of your action plan, and then you plan again. Now, if you open our website, this is the homepage, the top part of the homepage. You see it on the left-hand side of the slide. When you open, you see this. And you see current projects. There are 3 buttons. One is, the third one is the button Integral Ecology. If you click on that button, it will open a page like what you see on the right-hand side of the slide. Here you find all the materials that can guide you in enrolling, in writing your reflection, and in preparing your action plan, plus many other ideas. For example, you see here a practical guide to the Laudato Si goals. Here you find a guide in 5 languages that give you ideas on good practices with reference to each one of the 7 Laudato Si goals. So you may consult that and you may say, oh, well, this is a good idea. Maybe one particular action may be very meaningful and relevant to your situation, and you may pick it up. It's up to you. These are all tools to facilitate your journey. Okay, so to conclude, Pope Francis in Laudato Si reminds us that all of us can cooperate as instruments of God for the care of creation, each according to his or her own culture, experience, involvement, and talents. And the 2 experiences that we presented, we saw this evening from Florence and from Kampala are very new. And you see how different they are, because they are very much contextualized. And so there is not one and the same thing that everybody should do. It's up to the discernment of the community. And because of this, we appeal to all of you to join as a community the Laudato Si Action Platform in view of implementing Chapter Acts number 30.1. And this will help our effort to requalify our missionary service. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alberto, for this presentation, which has explained us step by step how to join the action platform Laudato Si. We hope that the communities that have not done it will reflect and think the way to do it.
You can find in the chat right now all the links to the articles I mentioned in my presentation.
And that this presentation of Alberto will help you to do step by step and to register to start joining the platform Laudato Si and enter in this process, which is of all the church. The general chapter has just taken a point that Pope Francis has made as a challenge to all the Catholic Church, every person which is baptized and all the Catholic institutions, for a conversion to the integral ecology. And our chapter participants to the chapters sensitive to this topic and this issue proposed by Pope Francis have asking us to take the integral ecology as one fundamental aspect de la nostra, our mission. And we thank you, all of you who have participated in this webinar, and we encourage you to continue working and implementing the chapter acts in this very new and special topic of conversion to the integral ecology. And we finish with a thanks to all and with a praise to God. Glory be to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Spirit.
As it was in the
As it was in the beginning, is now and
ever
ever
shall
shall
be,
be, world without end.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.